How's everyone doing? I hope hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna try to connect right now with the Iceman himself. Let me see if I can get this going here. Give me one sec. Here we go. See if this works. There he is.
Right on. Hey,
how you doing?
good. Amazing. Hey, thanks for having me on your podcast or Instagram Live. I just saw you on the Vikings,
Yeah.
and I thought this is a nice series. I saw them all.
Oh, come on.
Until you left, until that thing in the valley. Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm a Viking, man. I'm a Viking.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, you're the
myself.
real deal, Wim. You're the real deal. I'm just a pretender. You know, the craziest thing we did was we shot in like northern Canada, and I had to get butt naked, and we took snowmobiles to set, and I had to pretend to jump in the ice. But then we did the rest of it on the studio. But I'm so grateful for you to do this. Honestly, I don't have a podcast. I don't have anything. I'm just using this as just a way to, while we're in quarantine, just talk to really interesting people. And I've been following you for so long. I think you're such a fascinating human being and just seem like an awesome dude. And I wanted to say to everybody, if you haven't checked it out yet, really quickly, Wim has just released his book, The Wim Hof Method. It's unreal. I just started it. And also, I got to tell you really quickly, I do a quick shout out to my buddy Shane Haverstead. It's his birthday, and he is your biggest fan.
Wow.
So I would love to know like how you kind of got into this, and for those people who don't understand your method or what it's about, maybe we can just educate people on, about what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. I just love life.
Yeah.
So I always look for new things and look for, for happiness, strength, and health in the depth, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And when I was young, I thought, hey, there's too much war going on, too much disease, too much misery, too much poverty, too much abuse, too much pollution, too much.
Yeah.
And then I said to myself, I'm going to do something about it. What? I do not know, but I will. And there it started. It started when I was like 12 years. I made this promise to myself to do something about it, to do some real good, fundamental changes. How? I did not know. It is just from the God. You're 12 years old. What do you want?
Yeah.
You want to change the world. That's what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
And that's the way it all began, with a gut feeling. And now I am, after all these records in the eyes, in the extremes, knowing and challenging my mind and my body more than science said is possible, I brought it to science. I brought it to research programs, and they got me injected with the bacteria, which normally 16,000 people became sick with that bacteria. That's an experimental model they used.
Yeah.
And then I showed I had no problems with the bacteria whatsoever. Why? Because I showed a deeper control over the immune system than in science was thought possible. And then they said, yeah, but you are the Iceman, and that's why you are able to control the immune system, to override those mechanisms inside the body. But that's it. You are the exception that confirms the rule. And then I said, no. Give me a group of people, and within 4 days, I will make them able to go into the autonomic nervous system, into the immune system, thought by science impossible. And 4 days later, I was ready with the guys, 12 of them, after 16,000 people who became sick with the same injection of the E. coli
Yeah.
bacteria,
Yeah.
that experimental model.
Yeah.
Suddenly 12 people did not become sick. Injected with the bacteria because they did breathing, deep breathing, exercising, and manipulating the biochemistry inside. And that was for the first time in medical science showing. That was in 2014. And you know, all what I did, beginning when I was 12 years old, I am going to change the world. I don't know how, but I will do it. It always begins with a gut feeling. You
Yeah.
know, it begins deeply within a person. A 12-year-old, a little nobody, and there it begins. And
Yeah.
you or anybody who's listening and looking at it, just begin. Trust your gut feeling, and you will be able, if you follow that natural deep feeling, you will be able to burst the existent walls of ignorance of what is possible and what is not possible. You will show that we are capable of more than was thought possible, even in science. So now I changed the books in the university fundamentally. But
Wow.
it's all natural what I do, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make money, and that's why it's clashing with the
Yeah.
existing paradigm.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The thing is, where I came from, 12 years old, and now being 61, that is 49 years ago, it all began. And now I'm able to think out of the box in a way that shatters the box, that shatters the existing paradigm. We are able, Alexander the Great, we are able. Yeah, man, you are a big influencer, and I am influencing through my books. And next year there is a Hollywood film going to be of my life, officially.
No way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I'm getting there too, man.
Congratulations.
I'm getting that too. So, yeah,
Yes.
and you know what we are going to show in the film is that the existent paradigm, the existent system,
Yeah.
doesn't really want us to be independent, strong, and healthy and happy. They want us to be dependent and
Yeah.
following and being obedient and delivering all the time. And I think we in the world are here to guarantee for our children to be happy, strong, and healthy. That is the parenthood, the coming parenthood. People have to wake up because we are showing this in science. We
Hmm.
show this through the films like you did in the Vikings.
Yeah.
You show that go back to the gods, go back to
Yeah.
the gut feeling, go
Yeah.
back to simplicity, be
Yeah.
strong,
Yeah. Yeah.
defy the winds, defy the cold, go there, because this is the new message for the people. They forgot this connection with their deeper self. And the deeper self is the gut feeling and the intuition. It's the gods himself. They
Yeah.
are here and now. They are not in the churches and the temples. I don't know where they put them. They are right over here in us. And that's the way we should feel every day. So that is a little bit my story. And in between, of course, I did a lot of records in the ice, climbing Mount Everest in my shorts to the death zone.
Yeah.
I climbed with groups of people the Mount Kilimanjaro. The oldest person last time was 76 years old, had no experience in mountaineering. He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, which normally is being done between 5 to 9 days for acclimatization, and then only 40% succeeds in summiting in clothes, because up there is very cold. This guy, 76 years old, suffering from Lyme's disease, in his shorts, with no experience in mountaineering, he did it in 31 hours. This is making people do things thought of impossible.
Was he using your method?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
He and 26 others. People with
Wow.
asthma, people with arthritis,
Yeah.
people with Crohn's disease, all kinds of things, you know, and still able, because our mind is capable of more than we thought possible. And this is our message.
So I've got a bunch of amazing fans and amazing friends watching this right now, including my
Right.
sister,
All enough.
including my sister Natalie, Candice, a friend of mine, and my friend Lee. And for those people who don't know a lot about your method, what would you say the Wim Hof method? What is the Wim Hof method?
The Wim Hof method is like the good wine after lots of years experimenting. It's a distillation, simplification, with the essence, and the essence is still there. And it's now made very simple, very accessible, very effective. And it is scientifically endorsed all in comparative studies. So there is no speculation about it. It works.
No, I've read a bunch of researches on you, because I know a lot of people have studied you since. And I actually read the account you're talking about, the E. coli one, which just blew my mind.
Right.
So how did you develop this breathing technique? Was it just over time, and is it something that you practice on a daily basis?
Yes.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yes. When I was 17, I was pondering a lot about our existence. Who are we? What are we? Because I could not really connect to that. And then I felt attraction to the cold water. I went into the cold water, and then there, for the first time, this is what you do when you go into the cold water. You learn to breathe deep. In our society, we breathe a non-stimulative, like a little bit, because there is no cold, because we have clothes. There is no heat, because we got air conditioning. There is no big distances we have to go, because we have cars. And all this comfort piles up and makes us weak. So for the first time, when I went into the icy water, I felt the deep connection with my physiology in the depth, the way nature meant it to be. And that began, the first thing you do when you go into the cold water is, that's life force coming in. So I began to discover and experiment on deep breathing. And very soon I could stay 5 to 7 minutes under the ice, breath hold, no problem. That is a capacity through the cold. Through the cold, I learned to breathe deep. And then I found out we can change the biochemistry inside the body, alkalize the body. Bringing the carbon dioxide trigger, which makes you breathe, completely down, and the alkaline pH levels completely up. And that made me able to do a lot of stuff, because the alkalinity of the body makes the pain receptors go away, disentangles the pain receptors, because the temperature receptors and the pain receptors are adjoined in the cells. So once you hit one, you hit the other. And that's the pain. And that's the way I could stay longer and longer in icy water. I could stay for 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, and feel good, feel in control. That is the control, not of the cold water toughness. It is the control over the biochemistry inside, through the breath. And then I separated the breathing from the cold and did the breathing exercises at home. And I saw all the chakras. I saw all the lights, all these things. And so 25 years I've been doing this on my own, because everybody was saying he's crazy. He goes into icy water in the winter every day. Yeah, he's crazy. And he's doing strange breathing, so heavily breathing in the park. And he's doing strange postures, yoga in my time. That was something not done. It was
Yeah.
strange. It was not accepted in the way of thinking and being in my society in the Netherlands. Then,
Mhm.
so I was doing all those things. So 25 years, I've been doing it sort of secluded
Yeah.
on my own. On
Yeah.
my own, because it made me feel good. And then I came in contact with the radio, then with the newspaper, and then with the television. It all went very fast. Then, and then one documentary, one record with Guinness World Records, another
Yeah.
China, and then in New York, and then in Hollywood, Paris, London, everywhere,
Was the
Japan,
first
everywhere.
was the first Guinness World Record? Was that the run that you did, the half marathon? Was that the first one, or
No,
was
no,
that
that was
no?
going 50 meters under
Oh
an
yes, under
ice
the ice.
cap,
Yeah. Yeah.
swimming,
Yeah.
swimming. And
Wow.
the day before I did that, that was the general rehearsal for me. I
Yeah.
say, I'm not going to go 25 minutes. I'm going to go all the way because tomorrow I got to do all the way.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then I lost, because I had no goggles on, I lost the way because the cornea, it froze. So I could not see under the ice. I was gone. Yeah, I could not see anymore.
Oh
So
my God.
that is survival. That is survival. And the thing is, because I had this breath control, I did not feel agony of drowning. I did not feel the claustrophobia, no fear, nothing of that.
Yeah.
There was an absolute absence in that. And I did more than twice the distance, and still I was able to swim until almost I fell asleep. Imagine, after 110 meters, you feel you're going to sleep. Under the ice, icy water, breath hold in shorts. Yeah, that's the thing. Then a diver grabbed me by the ankle. He brought me back to the 50-meter hole. And then I came back to my senses. And then there I knew I lost the concept of our fear of death. That's my school. My school is nature. I had so many moments in nature,
Yeah.
and if you go try to find who you are, what you are in the depth, nature is the teacher. Nature is the greatest teacher. So it taught me, and it began over there with that rehearsal of the first Guinness World Record. And then I did the second, and then I went to Paris and Hollywood, then to Tokyo and London, etc. It went all over the world, 26 times, different disciplines. So yeah, done.
Wow.
The beauty, that was nice. It was nice, you know. It was and quite controlled. It's a story on its own. But the important thing is that while doing it, I got to get known through documentaries to people watching it, also doctors. And those doctors were looking at a person doing feats thought of in science, physiological science, impossible. And I was doing it. So then they began to show curiosity, and then they got me into a laboratory setting, staying for 80 minutes into the ice, direct contact with ice, taking blood of me, and being fully measured. And they saw incredible stuff because I stayed 80 minutes in direct contact with ice, and my core body temperature remained 37 degrees, like nice. But my skin temperature went down almost to 0 degrees, like 5 degrees or something, for 80 minutes. And then they took the blood out of my arm, 36 of these tubes, a lot. and they sent it to 6 different laboratories. And one of the laboratories, they put endotoxemia E. coli bacteria into the serum, the blood serum. And for the first time, they saw that the E. coli bacteria did not react on the immune cells. So there was 0 reaction, which normally should be an aggressive chain reaction of the immune cells because of the E. coli bacteria. It showed that their interest was directly risen. Like, wait, we never saw this before. His immune cells kill the E. coli bacteria at the beginning. They don't let it come in and create inflammation. No, it kills it at the beginning. And
so they literally injected you with E. coli, and your body was at a state where its immune system was so advanced, it could fight it off before it even affected you.
Exactly. And then exactly. And now we are talking about, say, COVID-19 and all this.
Yeah.
And it creates inflammation. COVID-19, the damaging factor of COVID-19 is inflammation. And I showed a group of people within 4 days how to suppress effectively. Within 15 minutes, all of them, 100% score, how to suppress inflammation, inflammatory markers. And that is now the question also. I don't know why they don't take this up natural ways. They are talking about mouth caps. They are talking about social distancing. They are killing the economy, but they don't talk about what people could do to boost their own immune system, which has been shown in science. This is where I am.
So what do you attribute it to, though? Is it the breathing technique, or is it the cold water, or is it both?
Both. The cold water has a deep effect on the adrenal axis. Okay. The adrenal axis, if it spikes, and these breathing techniques, they have been compared with adrenaline. So people doing the breathing exercises, lying on a bed and feeling somehow high doing this, their blood was compared for adrenaline levels and compared with people going in another study, going into their first bungee jump. And it showed that the people doing these breathing exercises spiked the adrenal levels higher than in the study where they jumped for the first time into the abyss, a bungee jump. And those were people in fear. You see?
Wow.
We found a way to tap in deeply inside the brain, inside the blood, inside the immune system. And the cold is able to do that. Through the cold, you learn to breathe deeper. And that's life force. Yeah. And when you do that, and you use your mind, the mind is another thing nobody really understands. But the last time in near Canada, on the border, Detroit, in Detroit, Wayne State University, in the brain scans, they poured cold water on my body, on the skin, and normally you cannot do anything in a brain scan. You got motionless. You got to be motionless. The only thing you can do is think. And I, because of my thinking, my intention, the skin temperature did not go down after exposure of icy water on my skin, because I wanted it to be not going down. That's the power of our thought, of our mind. The placebo is no longer placebo. It is our healing power is now there for us to learn to handle, to command. So the mind and the breath together are very powerful tools to beat inflammation and to regulate our mood. Because we should be happy, strong, and healthy, all of us.
And Wim, let me tell you, you might be the happiest man I've ever met. It's amazing. Like your energy is infectious. Like I'm jealous. Like I would like I cannot wait to finish your book and just really start practicing as well. I also saw that you spoke to Sadhguru as well.
Yeah, you
And I,
too, eh?
I got
Yeah.
really, yeah, I got lucky enough to get to speak to him as well. And I just, what I love about these chats and you is speaking to you and who I'm obviously a huge fan of and him is just that it just the consistent reminder to people to just like that we are capable of more than we give ourselves credit for. You know, we don't have to let these external forces, affect us as individuals
Exactly.
and as people. We can do that
Exactly.
ourselves. It's a
And
choice.
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
Alexander. That makes you Alexander the Great. You know, because
my,
we are
my
all.
friends and family would say otherwise. I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife says all the time
Yeah,
otherwise.
my
But
girlfriend definitely doesn't call me Alexander the Great.
Alexander who feels great.
Yeah, yeah,
Wim who feels great. The great
yeah,
Wim is Wim who feels great. And so should everybody.
yeah.
Everybody has an innate capacity to feel great. And
Mm,
that is all there through the connection with the deeper physiology of ours. And I've shown this in science, not only me, then I showed it to groups of people, and
mm,
they suddenly were able to shatter the paradigm, the existence know-how of medical science, going into the autonomic nervous system, into the endocrine system, into the immune system, all thought of impossible by humans. And within 4 days, 12 people showed completely otherwise. So we should be independent of
yeah,
external compensation for inner loss, because we got to reconnect with what we got inside by
yeah.
birthright, by Mother Nature's beautiful gift, which is life, happy,
Mm,
strong, and healthy. And there is the soul, and that is what we now bring. We give testimony, a testimonial toward that. I'm doing right now the science with the top researchers in the US on the DNA. And in December, we got new evidence to show that we once again break with the past knowledge of what we are capable of within our cell, within our DNA. We are capable of doing a whole lot more. We have,
mm.
there is a friend of mine, is a Chris Ryan, and he's got this T-shirt, and it says, "Civilized to death." We are over comforted. We have too much extension
Yeah.
tool and therefore not stimulating our deeper mechanisms, not of the brain and not of the body. And that's why depression is there, autoimmune diseases, cancer, and all those things. They come because it's on the loose, it's deregulated, it's
Mm,
weakened, it's
mm,
weakened. And now I found very simple techniques that enable a person to tap in. And how
mm,
much he needs, he can control, he can feel. Feeling is the understanding and the guide inside. So learning how to feel inside, I've been showing this now with the in psychiatry. It's called interoception, and interoception was thought of top down, not to be regulated, but now it is top down regulation is science, and I've shown this in brain scans. So thing is, I just like to talk to you because I'm an admirer of the Vikings. I'm an admirer of the message which it contains.
yeah.
Because now I'm into the DNA, I'm into the ancestry, I'm
Mm.
into our ancestral genetical encrypted codes. Could we influence into our now my new goal. And I will show that we are all able to solve the problems of our genetical past, which is related to trauma, the blockages, inhibitions we don't know of. But that should be shown first in science, which I'm doing right now in collaboration with the universities. And then it will be brought to the people. We have to learn to respect our ancestry and bring our lives to the light and not be in the dark, not being, I don't know. Oh, I need hamburgers. I need 6 cars. I need more houses because the rest, it doesn't exist. No, what exists is your happiness, your strength, and your health.
At the end of the day, that's all we got.
Guides.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Wim, you're so incredible, and I hope I get to meet you in person someday soon. I would love to come hang out with you and your son. Your son sounds amazing as well. We were speaking a little bit before this, but for everybody who's interested, because it would take me, I feel like, an hour to go through all of your credentials and all your accomplishments. I mean, it's just incredible what you've done. But where should people look to pick up your book? Because I think it's amazing, and for anybody who's interested in this method, and I am certainly one of those people. Where can people find this?
I think really, I don't know. I just show up, the office is at work, and it says, Wim, go there, come there, do this. I do it.
Amazing. That is the best answer. Look, I'm sure if you Google it, it'll be on Google. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon, or you could, but yeah, I hope everyone goes and picks up this book. Wim, I'm such a huge fan of you, and thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful to you for this call. It's been such an honor talking to you.
I love you. We love you.
Yeah, I love
keep on going, man. You are a good man.
Oh, you
thank
too.
You.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, much love. I'll talk to you soon.
Much love.
All right, bye.